It's funny, I actually didn't choose it as a career. I went to real estate school to become a referral agent for my neighbor. I moved to Monmouth County in 1997, and as my friends were moving out of Hudson County, I was giving them all to my neighbor, and she said, you should get your license and then I could give you a percentage of my commission as a referral agent. So when I went to school, during the course of the class, I realized, wow, I could so do this, and I loved it. And I think it goes back to our own experience. The realtor that I had that sold us our house, I didn't realize how much I was not informed of during the process, and I thought she could have done things so much better, and we're all confused buying our first home. So I thought that it was great for me to help other people, make fully informed decisions instead of just following what your agent tells you to do. So no, in my prior life, I ran a large chiropractic firm up in Hudson County, and we moved to Monmouth County when I had my children, so I was a stay-at-home mom for 5 years. And then when my youngest, my son, was going into preschool and kindergarten, I thought I wanted to do something, but I wanted the flexibility. I didn't want to be tied to, I didn't want to have to worry about school days, sick days, snow days, or summer. I wanted something that could accommodate their schedule, and I could still be there for them. My passions are around servant leadership, right? Helping people, and here I find, life events. I find myself in the last year a life event where, a parent passing and no one to navigate you through pre-probate, right? So it ties into real estate, but it also comes down to a need that people have. Everyone has life events, and everyone, needs to move, and people need help. And especially during the pandemic, we were hearing that the local food banks, that there were people had no food. The lines were hours long, and the food bank only had enough food for like 2 weeks. So I really made it my passion to have food drives, not only through the board and being involved with the board, but our company. We do an annual fundraiser every May where we shut down all our offices and we do a community project, and we've raised, upwards of $30,000 in one day in a bowling event for Kick Cancer Overboard, People's Pantry, Oceans of Love. There are so many of them, but the food bank is what goes directly to the local people. And we're always running food drives in the office because that's just a staple, and no child in our country should go hungry. If you went back further, I think if you look at your life's journey, when I was younger, cheerleader, young kid in elementary school, when I got to high school, I coached the younger kids, right? And then once you get out of college and I got married, then I had a friend who was a Girl Scout leader. I didn't have children, but I was like, oh, I'll help you, right? Because there's a need, right? There's a difference that you can make in someone's life. So I did that. And then when I had my children, I was very active in the PTA, running fundraisers for the school, teaching CCD for my children. I feel like you need to be ingrained and part of your community to make it a better place for your family and for other families. I got involved. I was working for a broker. Her name was Adele DeMoro. She was on the education committee back in, I want to say 2004, I think 2003 or 2004, and they ran a course called Seminars for Success. And that was a course of 10 classes for newly licensed agents to kind of build professionalism and the board offered them, and each week was a different topic. And she asked me to teach the technology course. So I went and I said to her, oh gosh, I helped in the office and taught in the office, but I've never had that back then, had presented in front of so many people. So I said, sure, I'll come. And it was just a wonderful experience. And I just, from then, went on to staying on the committee, to chairing it. And I think it's raised my professionalism, not only the connections that I've made in business and the affiliates, but the friendships that I've made. I think that when you're in a room and you're contributing, high tide raises all ships, right? It doesn't matter what brand you're with when you're at the board, because there's enough business for all of us, so everyone contributes. And that's what I love about this board. It's a relationship business. Buyers and sellers are going to come and go, other clients are going to come and go, companies that you're going to be with are going to come and go. But at the end of the day, if you treat your clients just as you would treat any family member, you will have clients for life. Without that relationship, People can tell when you're not genuine, and if you're not genuine, you won't have repeat business. You know, what's that saying? You need to have a presence present when you're not present. And that only comes from your integrity and doing the right thing for your clients, and then they will always be your client for life.